shake the excess marinade off the chicken itself, and then that's the sound you want to hear when you throw it on there. Of the food on this trip through Manila?
The food was very diverse. We went from sour to sweet to different flavors that we experienced. So that's why we kind of want to recreate these dishes now in Miami.
The Filipino food is so complex, not so many different ingredients, but more flavor complexities like sour combined with sweet and savory, like you were saying. I just want to bring in my own expertise in cooking and try and experiment with these Filipino dishes, and actually that's what we're also doing today. We're going to make chicken adobo today, just with a little bit of a mic touch in the... Oops. That is hilarious. I just reviewed the footage and I saw how gradually the footage became foggier and foggier. It's one of the problems you have to live with when you're in Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Welcome to Miami. It's super humid. The rainy season has started, so everything is just so humid. So we came out to buy some of the ingredients for dinner this evening, and we just realized while we were out, we actually have almost everything. The only thing we need is the bay leaves for our recipe. And our plan is actually, if the weather holds up, I'm going to whip the chicken onto the barbecue, get a nice color on it, brown it nicely, but keep the moisture inside. It is going to be sick.
Yeah, let's cook together.
Guys, check out this view. This is South Point Pier, one of our favorite spots here in Miami Beach. You have huge container ships going by and aeroplanes swooping past, but it's just nice. Yes, in Miami we have turquoise beaches. Thank you very much. And an awesome skyline. Alright, let's start with the preparation. I have here for our chicken adobo some boneless chicken thighs. I chose to use thighs just because it's a little bit more juicier. We're going to be cooking this for a while, so I don't want the meat to become dry, and that's a huge help if you use the chicken thighs. They're skinless, just to make it a little bit more healthy. I could have used skin on chicken thighs, but then it gets very fatty, and I'm trying to keep it healthy today. Then we have some low sodium soy sauce. We have some light vinegar. Preferably I'd like to use coconut vinegar, but I can't get coconut vinegar here in Miami, so I'm using apple cider vinegar, which is completely acceptable. And I have some chopped garlic, some sliced ginger, and I have some bay leaves. So basically what I'm going to do now is add all the ingredients to the chicken thighs. Soy sauce, vinegar, all this good stuff, and some pepper, freshly ground. I'm going to stir it up a little bit. So the important thing at this point is just to see, it's not so important to stir it around a lot, it's just important to see that all the chicken is covered up with the actual fluids. And this is going to marinate and tenderize the chicken until we're ready to actually cook it. When we're done marinating, we're going to throw this on the barbecue, throw it on the grill, get some nice color on it, and start reducing this amazing sauce mixture that we have here. God, I'm so excited. This smells Filipino already. This smells good. I like this.
And why are we filming this on the balcony?
Because it's Miami, and Miami is beautiful, and why it's cook in the dark kitchen if you can go outside and just enjoy this amazing stunning view. Here comes Nelly with the chicken.
The missing part.
The missing part.
And I got some music.
Alright guys, so we've had the chicken marinating for a little over an hour now. It's time to blaze it on the grill. I've had this heating up for a little bit, got the grid nice and clean. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of shake the excess marinade off the chicken itself, and then that's the sound you want to hear when you throw it on there. So this essentially will be replacing the traditional browning in the pan that you do with the traditional dish. I just saw a little bit of potential to make this just a little bit better, and also it's kind of more fun coming out here to film this than doing it up in the apartment.
I agree.
The only thing you're gonna want to be careful of is these little pieces of garlic, because they might burn and give a bit of taste if you don't get those off when it's on the barbecue. This is smelling delicious already. So what I usually would do is I'd close the barbecue, but I don't want to be, I'm not cooking the chicken on here, I'm just browning it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the actual marinade. I'm going to boil this down on the hot plate over there. I've got some garlics marinated in olive oil. So I'm going to use some of this flavored olive oil in this casserole. The rest of the garlic I'm actually going to use for the fried rice, which I've started preparing over here. It's brown rice just because I want to keep it healthy today. And I had some slaw left in the fridge, which I'm also going to put into the chicken adobo, and some sliced onion.
So I heard you saying twice the word to keep it healthy.
Yes, exactly. Because you guys saw the videos, we've ate like, I don't know, way too much lechon when we were in the Philippines, and that wasn't very healthy. We put on a lot of weight, and I'm just trying to really lose some weight and get in shape for the next trip that's coming up. And I just also want to show you guys that it's possible to eat Filipino food and still eat healthy and lose weight and get lean just by choosing the right dishes and the right ingredients. Replacing white rice with brown rice is one of those things that will help. And yeah, also making a chicken adobo versus a pork adobo, or chicken and pork adobo.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells amazing.
It looks amazing.
Right, guys, so the chicken is ready to go into the main dish. I'm just unromantically whipping this over here. The slaw and the onion that are at the bottom of this casserole are kind of building up a little bit of a border, so the chicken doesn't overcook on this dish. Right after we put in the chicken, we're gonna add our marinade from earlier on. So all these ingredients are just meeting now in this casserole, and we just have to give it a little bit of time for the flavor to develop. First of all, we want the acidity of the vinegar to kind of evaporate. If you don't give the acidity time to evaporate, it's just going to be too harsh. You want the sourness, you want that tanginess, you don't want it to be too in your face. So just, you know, let it reduce down a little bit. Plus we also need the chicken to cook all the way through. So I'm going to try and reduce the heat on this just a tiny little bit. This is an amazing stove that I'm working on here. I love them. So important here is you can see it's boiling. I've moved it a little bit to the side, so I have kind of a two-zone cooking situation going on here. I'm trying to reduce the marinade as far as possible without overcooking the meat. So you can see this starting to fall apart a little bit already, which is really nice. It just shows that the marinating tenderized it, broke down the protein, so it's going to be a really beautiful dish. It's going to be fork tender. Now I'm just letting the actual adobo sauce reduce a little bit. And once I'm done, I'm going to taste it and see how it tastes. If need be, I got some fish sauce to give it a little bit more acidity, a little bit more saltiness. But I think it should be good. Get your cast iron skillet with a heavy floor, and you know, you want to fry off your garlic. You don't want your garlic to burn. So usually what you do is you get a skillet blazing hot and then you throw your steak in it, but in this case you don't want it hot, you want it cool. You want to put your garlic and your olive oil in a cool pan, because especially in this situation it's going to heat up fairly fast. We don't want our garlic to burn. So one of the most important things at this stage of preparing the meal is you have this magic fluid. It's called wine, and it's kind of to celebrate the good dish that we've already cooked. So I'm pouring myself a glass of wine because technically no glass is allowed at the pool. Don't
you
shoot
pour
me.
me some wine as well, please?
Absolutely. Let me just fix up the garlic here. It's called fried rice, but essentially it's fried garlic, and then you add the rice to reheat it. This was just previously cooked rice. What you can see here right now is that the chicken has lost some of its fat, and the fat is actually going into the fluid, which is going to then in turn make kind of an emulsion when I start mixing it up before we're ready to serve. So I added 0 fat. Besides that little bit of olive oil that I put in, you saw in the beginning, no fat, and it's gonna be awesome anyway. All right, and then you just wanna grab like a ton of this decadent, luscious chicken thigh that's been braising along here. You know, maybe just put the bay leaves to the side a little bit. Don't be saving on this. And once you've put the meat on, come back for this beautiful thick sauce and just spoon it all over that. You got the onion in there that you want to spoon with. You want to get all that flavor in there. All right, the weather could have been a little bit better this evening, but I'm not complaining because
It's
look
not
at
raining.
this. Look at the stunning view, and it is not raining. I don't think it's gonna rain. Okay. Taste test.
Oh wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so good.
This is delicious. You get the richness without it being oily.
Yeah.
It's just rich and flavorful. You have this touch of tanginess from the apple cider vinegar that I used to cook it. Oh, so good.
Guys, you have to cook this at home.
I'll put a short summary of the recipe in the description down below. This is really good. This is kind of an everyday meal that you can make at home. All you have to do is replace the browning on the grill with browning it in a skillet in your kitchen, and the fried rice, right? So garlicky.
I wanted to say I love the garlic flavor in the rice. I already loved it in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy we chose the brown rice.
I'm so into brown rice lately.
Me too.
Chicken adobo mission has been a freaking huge success. I was very worried about this dish because I know adobo is like the national dish in the Philippines. Lechon is the national dish for special occasions. Adobo is the national dish for everyday meals, and I must say this is something I'm going to take up in my regular repertoire.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because it's easy to make. It's a one-pot dish. It's healthy. It's just another one of those options of these easy weekday meals that you just need to have. All right, guys, thank you for suggesting this dish to us in the description down below. Quick shout out to all the people that recommended it. This was a great dish. Next dish we're gonna try is not a weekday dish, not a dish you should have every week. It's lechon cavalli. I hope you enjoyed this video, this vlog. I hope you enjoyed us showing you around Miami Beach a little bit.
So whenever we are not traveling, we're trying to bring back these emotions and memories. So this is a very nice way of staying connected with other cultures, other dishes, other cuisines. If you haven't seen the other videos, because we have quite a lot of videos about different countries, go and please check them out, because we are putting a lot of work into these videos, and I believe all of them are worth watching. So yeah, do us the favor and binge watch our channel. Bye, see you next time.